So I was going to ask you next about aha moments. And I think an aha moment is like, oh, I don't really want to be in film. But the aha moment that I'm kind of searching for is, was there a moment in your progression as a creative person where you just went, aha, I know what I'm meant to be doing. I'm meant to be a Broadway actor.
Well, I always knew I was meant to be in the theater. That was not an aha moment at all.
From birth.
It was just, it took me a very long time to admit it. I was sort of closeted by it.
Why is that?
But because I felt like it was something I had to earn. I didn't feel like it was something I could just be.
Sure, that makes sense.
You know,
that makes sense because you revered these people.
Yeah, so it felt so disrespectful for me to say I want to be an actress or I am an actress. I just couldn't, you know. So it took me a while to sort of get to a point where I could even be comfortable saying that I was an actress. But there are aha moments every time you work on something that's good, and that you're so happy when those moments happen, when the penny just drops, and you're like, oh, and doors in your mind just fly open. And it generally comes with script work. There'll be one specific line that the playwright will give you, and they might not even be aware, most of the time they're not actually, aware that they're providing an actor with so much information. But there'll be one line that all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, there it is. That means this this A leads to B, C, D, all the way to Z. Like, and it will influence every other decision you make.
So that aha moment in your case, in the midst of production, is, I know we're working on something good. I know that I'm working on something that will resonate with people.
I know that I'm onto something.
Okay.
It's you are rarely result oriented. You sort of can't be. Then you're out of the process. If you're result oriented, then you've limited yourself. You've instantly limited yourself. Instantly.
Right.
If you've put an end to it, if you put a stop to it, done.
This is really interesting. I mean, in my world, if you decide this is what the customer wants and just make that decision ahead of time and try and build to what the customer wants, you're right. You have limited your ability to meet a whole bunch of others.
You're instantly stunted.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I mean, in the creative process, I know that to be true about myself. And also because the arts are a growing, living thing.
Wow.
I can't look at it as an inanimate thing. I also can't look at it as a product.
I agree with that.
You know, it's because for some people it is purely a product, and that's fine. But for me, it's a vocation, and it is a living thing. And I don't have the answers, and I'm very, very wary of anyone who answers questions too quickly.
Yeah, I know I'm all over the board here, but I can absolutely relate to what you're saying. I'm watching this. U2 is now out on tour doing their Joshua Tree, which is a 30-year anniversary of it, right? And I think a lot of people were just like, well, it'd be really nice to hear that album again and bring back a lot of memories. But I don't think U2 as a band thought, well, we're just going to go play our greatest hits for people. I'm watching this and going, they're kind of reinterpreting, they're making it fresh for the current times, they're finding, connectivity and meaning. Yeah. And I think that's the difference between, and that's probably why that album was such an amazing success.
Well, that's also the definition of a classic. When someone talks about something as a classic, what they mean is really, it's not something that's dead that people just refer to. It's something that can be lifted up and put in any time, any place, any cultural environment, and it will still resonate. That's a classic.